Hello, strangelings. So today I'm not quite technically in the parlor. I'm on the other side of the wall. Today, I'm telling you right now, I'm about ready just stop dealing with YouTube until I'm done with this project in general. Because, oh boy, are the ignorant out lately. Oh my lord. Recently, I had a conversation, or I commented on a video where somebody was talking about how we don't need people telling kids of color how to be safe around white people. That's part of the problem. Which for me is part of the problem, you see, because not only do people of color tell their children to be safe around white people, but white passing families like mine, my gypsy family, I was taught that if I see a person of color in danger from someone who looks more like me, to step in between. And I commented that, as I do quite a lot, because I want to weigh in. I want people to know it's not just the black side, it's not just the Mexican side, it's white passing people too, who have had to instruct their children on how to deal with more problematic people. And more problematic people do tend to be, in a lot of our lives, pale people. I had someone come at me telling me that I recently made a video that I should leave the country if I don't feel safe. It's not about whether I feel safe or not. Because, honey, I always have my queen with me. I always feel safe. Sorry. It's not even about whether I feel like I've been a victim, which anybody who's watched my videos knows I'm a forced toddler prostitution survivor, and that started when I was 2 weeks old. I don't consider myself a victim. I consider myself a survivor. Victim mentality doesn't exist in survivors, because we don't sit here and say, oh, pity me, pity me. We turn the thing that turned us into a victim and turn ourselves into a survivor by making that a tool to make sure that never happens to other people again. And this whole bullshit about we need to get over it and stop talking about it because we're just engaging in victimhood. Of course we're not engaging in victimhood. Warning other people that they could be victimized is not engaging in victimhood. It's engaging in ensuring there is no more victimhood. The victimhood is what happens to you. Whether you stay a victim or become a survivor, well, that depends on what you choose to do with it afterwards. Personally, I talk out because no one else should have to do anything close to the amount of healing journey I've had to do. And that's because my abuse started when I was 2 weeks. 2 weeks old, guys. 2 weeks. I literally had to turn myself into a modern person to begin with. That's why my company is Failed Modern. Because I'm tired of pretending to be like the rest of everyone else. But worse, how do I know that in most colored people's experiences, it's white people who are the most abusive? I've had a diverse group of friends. By diverse group of friends, I mean not just skin tone, but religion. Not just skin tone and religion, but national origin. Not just that, but current origin. You see, since '96, I have had international friends. So I get to talk to them about what's going on in the world and how it differs from what's going on in my pocket. You know? But worse over. That grandmother who chose to use me as a product, training me until I was 3 and selling me until my mother rescued me at 5 because I wouldn't let her know what was happening to add to her stress, having to get out of the abusive situation she had to get out of, which was the abuse of the entire family. and getting 4 children out of that. So, of course, I don't fault her. Because why would I? I actively hid it from her because I thought she had too much on her plate and she didn't need to handle my shit too. The reason why is because that woman who did that to me was a cook. Famous. Not her personally, but the family famous cook. As in the Cook Island cooks. As in one of the most notoriously abusive families in the world. How do I know who and what abuse looks like? How do I know how to tell who is more abusive than who? Because that is my bloodline. I grew up a gypsy, which means I grew up a bohemian gypsy, which means I don't want lies and deceit. But I also grew up a survivor, which means I don't want to see anyone else in my position. So, I educated myself on psychology and sociology specifically to do what I'm doing now, which is help as many people who are hurting as possible. To root out the actual abuses. Stop allowing people to be like, oh, just get over it. Because that's how we keep it in the closet and it continues. So my job as a survivor and a bohemian gypsy is to root out the abuse, even if it's in my own blood, and find a way to dismantle it. So yeah, I know a thing or two about abuse. And this conversation had started because he wanted to say that America is the best country in the world. Statistically, sorry, my husband's phone. Statistically, that's only true in violent crimes. Whether it's rape, whether it's burglary, whether it's gun murders. We do not have the highest numbers in education, nor healthcare, or any of that. There's a reason for that. And there's a reason why I'm so uncomfortable in my own country right now. There's a saying we have, the lunatics are running the asylum. It's close, but not quite. I think you get the hint. Anyway, there's so much more I could say. There's so much more I want to say. It's frustrating, guys. You see, because I'm in this hurry up and wait position right now. I've got a little while before. I mean, I know you guys are seeing this not consecutive, not right after, but this is the same day as my last video. To be honest with you, it's the same guy. So, you know, as soon as this project starts, I won't have any time to look at my comment feed to see what anybody might want to say to me or whatever, what ignorant point somebody wants to try to make, which my PTSD won't let just go. The funny thing is this guy is sitting here arguing with me how I am wrong on feeling no safety with white men, where I feel a monochrome of safety with other men. Now, the honest truth is, of course, I have friends who have proven to me they're trustworthy, who are pale, whether they're white or not. Some of them are white, some of them are just pale. And they've proven to me they're trustworthy, so I trust them. The moment anybody proves to me they're not trustworthy, that's a personal thing. I tend to take people personally. But when I walk into a room or down a dark alley or whatever, I'm not clutching my keys if I see a black man or a Mexican man or an Asian man. The only man who can make me clutch my keys is a white man. Because the only man who has actually physically tried to take advantage of me, or has physically taken advantage of me, referring back to toddlerhood, has been white men. So yes, I do have a bias against white men, because white men are the only ones who have proven time and time again that they have some harm to do to me. So yes, where I have white men in my circle who have proven trust, I do not automatically trust white men. I don't automatically distrust any other man. I am cautious around all men because I have found that all men will harass me. But when it comes to getting physical, I have never had a man try to get physical with me that wasn't white, or at least pale. And you know what? That track record is reflected in the statistics. If anyone actually cared to really look, instead of listening just to manosphere podcasters. Sorry, your podcasters are lying to you. The real history is there. Let me give you a clue. When it comes to violence, when it comes to attacks, when it comes to things like that, do not just look at the American numbers. Look at all of the numbers that they actually calculate. America is not the only one that calculates numbers on violent attack. So if you look at the numbers throughout the world, and you calculate it all together, the way, a backyard scientist such as myself does, you will see the pattern my brain can't ignore. Now, to everybody out here who's not been a danger to anyone in their life, who happens to have pale skin like me, you know I'm not talking to you. So we all know that anybody who comes in the comments here and starts to not all men, not all white men, and all that, well, hit dogs do holler. And since my aim is always true, just remember, if you're out here in the world telling a survivor or a victim that they need to get over it and stop with their victimhood, you've missed the point. Pain does not have an expiration date. Trauma does not have an expiration date. There is no such thing as playing the victim when you've actually been victimized. That is what abusers say to, 1, get the public on their side, and 2, get the victims to just shut up. And I, for one, will never just shut up. Anyway, strangelings, you all know. Doesn't matter who you are, I love you. And you know,